Hello, fellow dorks. Here we go. All right, let's see what we got on tonight. Back to Legendary Kingdoms. Yeah, very excited as always to do this one. This one's a fun one. And we had a good session last time. That was nice. We killed a dragon and we bought things and we safely traveled across the kingdom, I guess, the kingdom that we're currently in. And we met a guy that we couldn't help because we can't make any rolls when it comes down to it, but that was a good one for us. Rum. I just had some dental work. I thought I was just going in for an impression to get this done, and it turned out that they needed to put screwy things in there and stuff like that. Cut my lip too. So that wasn't fun. It will all be downhill after the dragon, right? But that's not too bad. Hi, Morgan. Oh, and also while we're waiting to see who else is showing up here, the Morgan reached out on the Discord and brought up a very good point, which I was actually wrong about. Is your tooth fixed? No, but it's getting there. In about 2 weeks is probably the problem is the holidays. It may be either like right before the Christmas holiday or right after that I finally get my implant. I didn't realize it was a 3-month gig to do this. Oh well. But anyway, Morgan was right. That was my point. And so during the last game we were playing, it's like, what are you talking about? No, I was like, kind of like, so sorry, Morgan, if I was coming off rude. Because she was actually right without probably even knowing the rules. But I'm supposed to know the rules. Where I'm trying to get in the center here. Here we go. So the thing is, we got this necklace, which gave us +2 charisma, and Sir Jessica was also wearing a brooch, and Tasha had a brooch. And in the rules, it used the example of you can't stack weapons. And I just thought that meant for weapons. So I was like, obviously you can't wield like 2 great swords at once. But it's basically saying anything that increases a stat, be it fighting skill, be it fighting, stealth, lore, etc. You can't stack it with something else. I thought that was only for weapons. I thought like she could be wearing a brooch and a necklace at the same time, but apparently you can't. You take whatever gives you the highest score. So Morgan was actually right on that. So we do have a little bit of figuring out what we need to do with the brooch. I'm just looking at Lord Taekwon and Akihiro both have a charisma of 1. So honestly, it may be better just to sell the thing. We can give it to one of them. It doesn't really matter which one. It's just going to bump it up to a 2. So they're not the most charismatic of people. But that may be worth selling because we did finally make it to a town. It looks like it's just you and me, Morgan. So yeah, I don't know if we're going to have Mike or not tonight. That'll be weird if it's just you and I. Oh, well. And speak of the devil, he just appeared. Hey. Looks like it's currently just the 2 of us. Caspar has a tendency of showing up about like 15 minutes in or something like that. So, Barry, I think, is still helping his wife. AJ may make a cameo as well, so we will see what happens. But let's, I guess we should figure out who is wearing the brooch. I may not change it because it may be just something worth selling if we go to the market here in this town. But what is, Mike had to clean up the kitchen. I should probably be a little bit closer to my mic. But the, yeah, let's see what we can do here. Let's move us to the book. We're at passage 19, I believe. So let's just see where we want to go. And who should be wearing the brooch? I may not change the stats of anyone yet because I have a feeling we may just sell it. But if we don't, then we can end up doing whatever we want with it. So let's change to the book here. Here we go. So our options are, where are they here? Just trying to see. There we go. The things that we can do, in what city are we in? We are in the northwest of this kingdom currently. We took the Great West Road, I believe is what it's called. We are in a crappy city. You are in the dreadful city of poor mud brick and grass hovels. What's the name of the city? Clifftop. That's what we're in. I'm going to have to miss 10-ish. Mike's saying that. I'm going to have to miss 10 minutes to pick up a kiddo from a piano lesson in about 30 minutes. I'll let you know before I duck out. You bastard. I think we'll survive. Actually, I say that. But with the way Morgan and I roll, we will not survive if it is left up to just Morgan and I. Just so you know, Mike. And you know that as well. So, yeah, let's what do you want? So these are the things we can visit in Clifftop. In this, I'll bring up the map. I love this. Again, really, I'm such a huge fan of the artwork. So this is the city that we're in. This, which is kind of on the western side of the kingdom that we are currently find ourselves in. TPK while you're gone, exactly. So do we visit the King's Hall? We don't know what that is. Do we check out the slave markets, the marketplace, the harborside taverns, the Church of Cursus, head to the dockyard, explore the city, or leave? Just double checking our stats here real quick. Everyone is max health. Nobody seemed to have took any damage. And it's on your head, Mike. Oh, and we need to figure out who is wearing the charisma thing. Should we just give it to the Lord Taekwon because he's carrying the less items currently? Again, it'll bump him up to a 2 charisma because, again, not the most charismatic of individuals. How do y'all feel about that? It's either Lord Taekwon or Akihiro. And but if we go to the market again, we can see if it's worth. I think it's worth a few hundred usually when we sell these things. So where do we want to go, gang? We've got the King's Hall, the marketplace, the slave market, the harborside taverns, the Church of Cursus. We have yet to visit a church. I guess we did go to a monastery back in Chalice, and that didn't turn out too well for Akihiro as he got pummeled by monks. The dockyard, or explore the city. So Jess will go to 7 and Taekwon goes to 2. That is actually worth noting. Jess's will indeed go down. And Taekwon, I'm just keeping it in my head, it's a 2. We'll see what's at this. We will see if there's anything worth buying at this inn. The inn. What am I talking about? What did I just do? Oh, butts. I need to zoom in on this. God dang it. 1, 2. Her charisma was 5? Oh, man, why is this being such a jerk? 5. Get the big one. There we go. That's what I want. So that will drop down to a 7, though. That is good enough. So 1, 2. Yeah, it all kind of scooshed back the way it's supposed to. Okay. And then Taekwon's is currently 2. I just don't feel like doing all that if we're just going to sell stuff. Marketplace. So let's see what we got. Off to the marketplace. Okay. Again, we had a good session last week. That was exciting. Let's see. Actually, it's going to go just fine until the piano lesson pickup. Gosh darn it. Why is this in the wrong place? I restarted my computer right before I began, and it kind of pushed some stuff off the side. So I'm just going to scooch that a little bit. That kind of works. Let's just grab this and scooch it. No. What is that white back there? What is this? What are you? Why do... Oh. Oh. Why does this keep popping up? So dumb. I've got this. The book is like somehow duplicated itself, and I'm just getting rid of the book. Technical difficulties, folks. Can I just hit delete and we'll go away? No. Okay. Sorry, I just got to drag it to where I can find the X to actually click it away. There we go. Go away. Finally. Okay, back to here we go. We're good. Okay. Clifftop Marketplace is a sad and disheveled affair. That's like our party. We belong here. Most stalls are given over to agricultural goods that Clifftop is famous for. You browse the empty stands, looking for something of interest. Oh, maybe we won't find anything. We can sell the brooch for 250 gold. That's not too bad. Mike says, enjoy your last half hour of life. So we can crude blade, the maul, the shield, and a warm cloak, which gives us a survival of 1. That's worth 500. That is all this place has. This place kind of stinks. We can sell our brooch for 250. Our current, where we are currently is 710 is the amount of silver we have. I keep referring to gold, but the currency here is silver. I keep screwing that up. How are y'all feeling about this? We could swap it. Oh, the soft boots. It's so funny. I was reading out the corner of my eye and I saw soft. We can't buy soft boots. You can only sell soft boots here. The only thing we can buy are crude blades, the maul, the shield, or the warm cloak. That is the only thing that we can buy here. Everything else is what we can sell. So again, there's not much available. There's only 4 things available here. The only thing that would be of use to us is that warm cloak, which we could use a survival. I don't know if we have 500 of that. I don't know. What do you think? Do we hang on to the brooch and just keep it on Lord Taekwon? Or do we take the 250, which would give us spells back or whatever we need later on, or possibly buy something later? Or, yeah, I don't know. Or it's also possible Jess could lose the the necklace that gives her the +2 charisma, and then we can give her that brooch back later. I don't know. It's what are our weapons now? Our weapons currently here. I'll just let you guys see because last time I was in such a rush, I didn't kind of. Gosh darn it! Of course I grabbed the wrong one. I'm not doing well with my. God darn it. Okay, I'm going to do this. Now I know I'm going to grab it right. Okay, come here. Come here. So this is what these two have. That's a glittering necklace, by the way. And hide armor. So that is everything that Sar Jessica and Akihiro currently have in their possession. The steel longsword. Oh, we get it with Akihiro? Cool. Yeah, that's what they have right there. What the others have, move that back into place. Let's see if I can grab this one. I'm having really trouble. Oh, here we go. And that is what Tasha and Lord Taekwon have. So iron swords are our weapons. We all have hide armor. He is carrying that extra crude blade, which again is always helpful to have just in case you need it. But the vial of poison that were given by the Everchild, Tasha still has that. And again, Lord Taekwon currently has the brooch, but and if we don't sell it right now, I will put it in his inventory right now. These sell prices seem better, or am I just thinking of Grimscar? Exactly. They may be better. 250 is pretty good. Is it worth nothing worth buying or selling here, you'd say? Okay. So we'll hang on that brooch. I will bump up Lord Taekwon. I will bump up his score to whoops, I want to do this. I want to annotate. I'm going to bump up his score to a where'd it go? There it is. 2. Where are you at, Taekwon? There you are. Charisma. And then I will write down real quick that he has a... Oh, then I'll just drag the brooch, as a matter of fact. I don't even need to write in the brooch. I'm just going to drag it. Brooch, Charisma 1. All right. There we go. Okay. So thank you again, Morgan. I really appreciate that for keeping me on point with that. Hey, I'm on an airplane. What? Are you flying from East Coast to West Coast, AJ? What are you doing? So that's dedication right there. Age is on a plane. So here we are. Cheers. Yeah, where are you? I'm assuming you're flying from New York to LA. Is that what's going on? That's cool. Welcome. And again, this Sunday we're doing Cthulhu. I'll see where AJ's coming from. All right, so we're just going to hang on to our stuff. We're going to leave this area. And these are our options here. What are we feeling here? Visit the King's Hall. Go to the crappy marketplace. Go to the slave market. Go to the taverns. Go to the church. Go to the dockyard. Explore the city. Yep, Florida to LA. Oh, that's right. You're visiting the family. That's right. And they like to be down in Florida. That's right. Yeah, no crashing for the game. Pay a little bit of attention to your job next hour. Mike told AJ if he's the pilot, he should probably pay a little bit of attention to his job. So what are we feeling? Where's looking good right now? Do we hit the, that's what co-pilots are for. Exactly. Or autopilot. King's Hall, Marketplace. Excuse me, we went to the Marketplace. King's Hall, Slave Market, Harborside Taverns, the Church of Cursus. Is Cursus like an evil entity? I mean, it sounds like it, and like the city seems to suck because they tax us, but we don't really know who Cursus is. Explore the city. Yeah, that's kind of vague, but I guess that'll give us like an idea maybe. So we have 1 vote for Explore the City. I think, well, let's just go for that. That's nothing else is jumping out at us at the moment. Again, we're only really here because why are we here? I think we ultimately want to go south. Do we want to go do the jungle expedition? And we're just kind of like checking out the map. And we do want to raise an army for the Everchild. I think this may have been one of the places where we can hopefully do that. Why are we here? Because Mike wanted to come, says Morgan. Okay, explore the city. Clifftop was not built for sightseers. That's kind of surprising. It looks like it has a really nice view, like the Cliffs of Moher or something. There are no monuments or grand constructions, bar the cliffside crane that is designed to haul goods from the harbor below. If you have code A35, all right, this is where I have to start clicking things, which I have a better idea where it is today. I don't think we do, though. God bless America. I didn't set this. Give me a second. We do not have A35. And now I'm just setting this here. This is my little goofy pop-up for spells and codes. I'm having trouble grabbing the bottom of things today. Here we go. Ooh, that sounded sexy. Okay, go away. So we don't have it, so let's move on. I thought I got rid of it. I didn't. Go away. Okay. Otherwise, read on. We're exploring a city. You come upon a young woman in a field being beaten by a pack of overseers. Great. They idly kick her. What a choice of words. As she attempts to stand and jeer at her for being lazy and worthless. Gain a 35, so obviously this can't happen again. Will you intervene? Okay, so we ran into something like this at Chalice. If you guys remember, there were these mourners who was like this really like this, maybe it was like an architect or something like that, and he had his like pauper's funeral, but they wanted to like glorify him more and some other kind of funeral rites. And it was like the monks saying, no, you only get one funeral because no one is above the emperor or whatever the hell he was talking about. And then the commoners were like, no, we want to do this. And we were like, we don't want to do anything about this. We don't need to know about your love life, Avery. Yeah, I know. So what are we doing? We got one for intervene, Mike says with a sigh. AJ and Morgan, let's see where you guys are feeling. We'll go 2 out of 3 on this one. And I'm going to update our codes. We have A35. That. Let's put 35 here. 35. God dang it, I did it again. Having trouble with everything today. 35. Thank you. Jesus. What could go wrong? Intervene. Okay, here we go. Yeah, we'll teach those slave masters. Yeah, idly beating her. That's such a awful turn of phrase. Leave the... Oh, wow. I didn't read the second chance. The second option, which was leave the locals to their sport. Which sounds even worse. Yeah, we're going to intervene on this one. The overseers have no intention of messing with armed warriors. Yeah. And quickly leave their sport. The woman staggers to her feet, blood flowing from her face. Barbarians, she spits. They beat me because I am down on my luck. My family used to own half the land in Clifftop, but my grandfather was forced off his land by the vile sorcerer, Unbraki. It took her a while to pronounce the name, because there's quite a few vowels in it. Who stole his land documents. You look like adventurous sorts. If you find me the registry papers from Unbraki's vault, I'll reward you. And you are, you say... They call me Damned Susanna. Damned Susanna, oh, won't you grab for me? She shrugs. At least that's what I'm called when people see me. Find those registry papers, and I'll split the land value with you. It might be worth looking for. Okay. It is in Unbraki's vault. That is worth noting. I'm going to take a note. We are in... Okay, land papers for Susanna. It's in Unbraki vault. And she is at, we were just looking around the city. In Clifftop. So I'm assuming that's where we find her again, if we need her. Okay, wrote that down. Ooh, land value. Hey, Alexander, who's, hey! Damn, Susanna. What's going up, Alexander Woobs? Welcome here. Let's see here. Yeah, you're welcome to, we need an extra player for a character, so you're more than welcome to jump on in, my friend. The more the merrier. Good. If you get a chance, let us know where you're signing in from. We got a few people from, kind of all over the place right now. We got AJ on an airplane, flying across the United States. We have Mike in the Pacific Northwest, and we have Morgan right in the heart of the country. We possibly will have someone join us from Germany, and someone from Thailand joins us on occasion as well. So let's get going. We're currently just farting around in a city, and we just stopped some slavers beating a lady, and now we may get half of her land. We'll fail. We won't. So these are the things we have options to do here in the city called Clifftop. You can see it right here in the chat screen, and or the view screen. I don't know, the screen, your screen. So we're in this clifftop. We don't really have any connections here. We are trying to slowly raise an army to overthrow the government like you do. Over yonder from Canada, hey, we're up in, Mike and I are in, Seattle. So we're just a little bit south of you. When everything goes to hell here, we're gonna hopefully be greeted friendly by you all. We know we've made mistakes. By we, I mean other people. That's not us. So these are our choices: visit the King's Hall, go to the marketplace, go to the slave. Hang on, we've already been to the marketplace. Go to King's Hall, go to the slave market, the Harborside Taverns, the Church of Cursis, which again we don't know much about this religion. Or head to the dockyard. Those are 2 taverns. That's always sounds like a seedy joint to go check out. We got Mike is feeling those taverns. So these are very simple rules as well, Alex. If we get into a combat situation, I have pinned in the chat where we roll our dice. And if you need to roll characters right now, yeah, you'll definitely need to pull in a character at the moment. All right, everyone wants to go to taverns, so we're gonna go to taverns and see what happens. So 505. A row of rowdy taverns stand on the wooden boardwalks built for the harbor side. The taverns are frequently flooded by the incoming tide, and no attempts have been made to sweep away the pooled saltwater that settles in their sunken floors. Frothy waves splash at the windows as you down a tankard of cheap grog at your table, and you wonder how the building manages to stay up. You may stay at the tavern, blah, blah, blah. We don't need to do that. We're already max health, and we've got our spell slots. A nearby sailor sings a sad song about the Maiden of the Depths. She was a pure-hearted girl who was tossed over the side of a ship during one of the frequent storms in the passage of Illikin around the splintered island, the splintered isles. The legend goes that those who present the maiden with flowers... Uh-oh, we may need to find some flowers. The legend goes that those who present the maiden with flowers receive rich rewards from the sunken halls beneath the waves. Gain a 30. That sounds like something that's going to come up in another book. Again, this is book 1 of 6 total. I think 4 are out currently. It takes about a year to make a book, so we're in no huge rush to finish this. I'm actually going to do a review of this game here probably the next week. I wrote it. I just need to film it and edit it. So we have A30, and we need flowers. Frequent storm in the passage of Illikin, Splintered Isles. To get rich things from the maiden. It reminds me of that. Everyone remember Overboard, the movie in the 80s about the little... Yeah, there's a good question. Where do we find flowers? You would think we would have gotten them at the marketplace. I don't know. You've got the survival score there, Akihiro. Keep your eyes out for some freaking flowers. But maybe when we get there to the to the Splintered Isle section, we make sure to find some flowers. But flowers, keep that in your little brain space. Okay, we have finished resting. We're going back to 19. All right, we still got a few more things to do here. We haven't been killed yet, which is we're doing pretty good. Let's see here. King's Hall. What foreshadowing exactly? King Hall. The King's Hall. Okay. We know nothing about the politics of this area, really. Looking out for flowers. And also, we're playing... I'll put up my Discord, or... actually, I need to do it, don't I? Because, Mike, if you do it, you gotta do your whole space thing. We do have... Alex, we do have a Discord where we chat about the games, and also where I schedule games so you can play and say what's coming up next. We're playing Cthulhu this Sunday at the same time. So I'll put the Discord link up there as well. But in the chat, you let me know what you guys are feeling. Where do we head next? King's Hall, Slave Market, Church of Cursis, Dockyard. That's it. Those are our remaining options. As I try to remember how I did this. How did I get... Oh, is it here? Did I go to my little user settings? Oh, butts. I already forgot. I was so proud of myself last time I remembered how to do this, and I forgot how to put my... Mike says the Dockyard. I forgot how to get my link for the stupid... I'm so dumb sometimes when it comes down to electronics. Mike still says Dockyard. Real quick, trying to find the Discord. How do I get the share? How do I find the share thing? It's so easy to do last week, too. I have a couple copies of the complete Necronomicon. Oh, wow. Okay. Call of Cthulhu is always fun. Yeah, we're going to do Alone Against the Dark. is the scenario that we are playing this coming Sunday. We're going to start it. It's going to take a few sessions. We've also done Grimscar, which is super fun as well. Why is this the hardest thing for me to find all of a sudden? But it looks like we are. I'm going to minimize this, and I'll come back to it in a second. But yeah, feel free to go to my Discord, and we'll talk about all this junk. And subscribe. If you subscribe as well, you'll get the little alerts. And I'm actually like 5 subscribers away from 1,000. I think I'm really close to 1,000. I stopped putting out my shorts for a while, which was giving me all my subscribers because I want to play games. And I got tired of doing the shorts. I just did it for subscribers. I want to play games. Only cost you a few sanity points. Good. We are going to, what did you guys say? Dockyard. All right. So we go from one seedy area to the next seedy area. The journey to the harbor from the city is a fraught one. The thin path barely wide enough for a single person. Sometimes you have to give way to traffic coming up the trail on creaky wooden platforms that flex and bend under your weight. The harbor itself is a series of wooden piers hammered into the side of the cliff face. Ooh, that's kind of fun. Barnacle-encrusted beams peeping from the crashing waves. The ships must be moored tight or risk smashing into the harbor side. Oh, so this is where we could store a ship. We don't have one. But again, they keep mentioning that we could have a ship at some point. We know where to get salt for a ship, which was currency at once upon a time. So put to see your ship. We can't. Get a ship repaired. We don't have one to repair. Buy or sell a ship. Curious how much a ship costs. Organize a cargo delivery. Visit a local tavern, which I think is where we just were. Or return the city center. We can see how much a ship costs, or we can visit a local tavern, which I'm guessing will maybe it'll bring us to a different one because maybe we were at the maybe we're in a different tavern. I don't know. I can't remember if we're in 505 or not, where we just were. So it could be a different tavern, or we could see how much a ship costs. So that's what we're doing. Let's check the cost of a ship. Okay. Our buddy from a little bit north of us here wants us to check it out, so let's do it. Buy or sell a ship. 500. We could afford a ship. There is only a single ship for sale here. A battered old cog. Available for 500 silver. We could actually sell that brooch to pay for half of the ship. Why so cheap? You rightfully ask, the harbor master. Oh, it's barely seaworthy, he explains. The crew are desperate for a new captain to lead them away from this dump. But it's a toss of the coin as to whether she'll even make it out of the harbor. Okay. You're the worst salesman in the world, you respond. If you buy the ship, give it a name and note it on your adventure sheet with the following details. That's pretty fun. You can sell a cog here for 250, a Cursite war galley. Well, we don't have that for 500 silver coins. So I'm going to guess a Cursite war galley costs about 1,000. Or a carrack for 1,500, which I'm guessing is about 3,000 to buy. Or we could find them as well. We may find One-Eyed Willie's, secret stash of his Spanish Armada. You cannot sell other kinds of ships. So there's multiple kinds of ships. Well, that's fun. It's only 500 silver. Yeah, so we also can get salt we know where to get salt up at the salt mines for cargo as well. But plus 0% APR financing. Well, that's interesting. We've been so down on our luck with money, it seems a little silly. It sounds like a good investment, says the person new to this, who has not been here with our trials and tribulations. We had to kill a dragon last session to get this money. And it was one of the few fights we've had that actually went well. But the ability to have a ship... Okay, let's look at the map. Because there are little islands off these little coasts here, too. So let's go to the map. And again, I am at your mercy. I will put in my 2 cents a lot of the time, but I do go off of what the chat wants to do. So we're here at Clifftop. But we do have this. I'm going to scroll a bit. See this like Vian Island? And the closest place is this Mordain Ruins, which I'm assuming no one lives there, so it's not going to be like a ferry to be able to get to those ruins. So I feel like we're going to need a ship. But in Law's Breath is like a big city. Ooh, the Palace of Unbraki. That's the name of the sorcerer that has that lady's thing in her land deal in her vault is just south of us, where we will get annihilated. Okay, so we got a lot of things going on here. So, but check out what the chat says. We wouldn't get taxed for going to Curses. That's right, Morgan. We were told if you sail into Curses, you don't get taxed. So that is a good. I do hate taxes. Bando. We could learn the language and talk to that weird dude in Lawsbreath. There you go. So yeah, we've got a lot of. Who will pay the local wizard school? The local wizard schools are up north. That's where Lord Taekwon wants to go to. That's one of our characters. Hey, there's Asmodeus. What's up, Asmodeus? Good to see you. Hello, everyone. Is this new game? This is a game that actually, this is our longest running game. And we have a new friend, Alex from Canada. Say hi to Alex from Canada. But no, this is a game we've been playing for a while, but again, you're more than welcome to jump into it. I think we now actually have 4 players. Mike's about to have to peace out for a bit. So, it'll work out just, yeah, good to see you too, bud. Yeah, come on, step on. We'll have a good old time. But no, this is like a really fun kind of like choose your own adventure game book. And we're currently in this desert trying to figure out if we should buy a ship or not. So let's put that to vote. Okay, Mike, where are you feeling on the ship? We can always just come back and get it, I'm assuming. It's not like it's going to go away. Yeah, where are we feeling on the ship? And I'm going to see if there's anything else I need to know here. Because we can also get a fleet. Like we're eventually going to be commanding fleets, and we're going to be commanding armies. We have 2 garrisons of crappy soldiers. So we don't have a fleet yet. This could be our first bit of our fleet. This crappy little dinghy. Ambivalent on the cog. Yeah, I kind of am too, Mike. I'm kind of like, when we get like a really good, we know now where to get it, but I feel like we need maybe a couple new weapons before we start purchasing boats. But I am happy to see what the rest of the, maybe we should keep moving around and see what's going on. We can always come back here and grab this bad boy, maybe by the end of the session. Should we check out some more of the city? And then we're in a new city for the new people on here, so this is a new area for us. We've come from the eastern side of the kingdom, and we're just now arrived at the start 30 minutes ago at the start of this session at the west side of the kingdom. So this is all new for us. Let's cross the Grand Line to find the One Piece. Yeah, exactly. My buddy, my high school friend, actually sang one of the One Piece songs. He's really big into anime. He's a big voiceover actor. I'm down to hold off for a bit. Okay. But he does, he was Barry the Butcher in Full Metal Alchemist as well. He's Jerry Jewell's his name. He's a really, really insanely talented person. And Justin Cook as well. They're both really big in that anime. I can't remember which group that is. Ooh, Barry. Oh yeah, Barry the Butcher, yeah. He's done a lot of, Jerry's done so much stuff. It's pretty impressive. Okay, let's see. Where are we going? So let's go back to 703. Oh, we still had the idea. Once done with this, go to 703. Did we want to see if the let's check out the tavern. We still didn't know if the tavern is the tavern we're just at or a different tavern. It's the same tavern. Okay. Go to 19. So things we have not done yet. We have not gone to the King's Hall. We don't know anything about the politics of this place whatsoever. The slave market. The Church of Cursus. That's kind of it. We may start heading south here shortly, but again, the hope is we're going to kill off our characters by the time Mike gets back. King's Hall. Okay, all right, AJ says King's Hall. Let's do it. And Morgan backs him up. If you have code A33, I'm quite sure we don't. I will double check. Let's see if I can do this faster than I usually do. We are going to go to the King's Hall. If you have code if you have the code A34, oh, we don't have either of those, right? We have A35. Okay. You enter the hall. I like this name. You enter the hall of Lothar the Ugly, brutal king of Clifftop. He is currently in the process of torturing one of his servants, his lords urging him on to greater acts of cruelty. Dude, this place sucks. The hideous scarred king looks up at you as you enter. What's this? He gargles.
More petitioners for my favor. If you would be my friend, tell me what kind of punishment I should inflict on this man. Don't be too lenient, or you will share his fate.
I'm surprised we're able to get this close to the king. Dozens of guards, there they go, close in around you as you consider your answer. Oh boy. If you had Lord Taekwon in your party, turn to 10. So we have to turn to 10. Yeah, we have the options were have him whipped, pull out his fingernails, gouge his eyes. Wow, we had to like say one of those. But we have Taekwon. So let's see what he says. You should send the man to the Church of Cursus and have priests ritually scar him, says Taekwon coldly. That way he shall be both punished and spiritually improved.
Yes, hisses the king. The scarring is the most painful. Send this dog to the church.
The poor man is dragged away, and the king retires with his counselors to discuss other business. You take the opportunity to slip away from the hall. A rather harsh punishment, ritual scarring, you mutter to Taekwon as you exit the building. True enough, admits Taekwon, except that I noticed that the poor man has already been scarred by the priests, and it is forbidden to do the ritual twice. Getting him out of sight of the Mad King seemed to be the most important thing. You shake your head, smiling. Record the code A34 and turn to 19. Okay. All right, Taekwon's not a complete sociopath. That's good to know. He's our newest party member. We did have a different person there. There were 6 people to choose from. We picked our initial 4. 1 died. We had to replace them with Lord Ding Dong. And he's getting a little bit better after that little moment. You can also make your own character. So I have a feeling once we lose other characters, which we probably will, obviously we can just look at their stats and very quickly figure out like what the rules are for building a character. But that is something we could do, and you will lose some story points, but we could also just like go down that route. Like say, okay, they're kind of like the half brother of Sir Jessica for Amelia or something like that when we replace her. So that's something that we could do. That went better than thought. Yeah, I know. Okay. Well, all right, that happened. King's Hall was fun. So that leaves us just with the slave market, the Church of Cursus, where they do ritualistic scarring, always a plus. I think that's it. I'm checking out the chat here. King's Hall, pull out his fingernails, nails grow back. Oh, that was nice of you, Asmodeus. We might want to know who's in charge. Yeah, we found out who's in charge. It's Buttface the Ugly. I can't remember what his name was. I remember he was ugly, though. I've actually I lost this fingernail. I ripped it off underneath a skateboard, and that was highly painful. So slave market, let's do it. And this may lead us to, like I mentioned last session, it's like, oh, there is one other spoiler I do kind of know. So I'm curious what it is, because I haven't checked. I just kind of vaguely read on. I was like, I don't want to know. So here we go. The slaves of Clifftop are a lucky breed compared to the citizens. Qua? Having paid money to acquire him, most masters are unwilling to whip their slaves to death, unlike the deathly ill peasants who toil in the fields. And here's the spoiler. If you have fewer than 4 party members in your team, you may recruit some more from the slave market, either another named character or a character you generate using the advanced rules in the back of the book. You can never have a character of the same name appear twice in your party. If, for instance, Sir Jessica has died at any time during the adventure, you cannot gain her again. It costs 200 silver to buy another party member, and they start with no equipment. Remember that a party member without a weapon has a cost of fighting score of 1. Okay. Their fighting score is 1 in combat if they don't have a weapon. So this is how we would actually, because last time we did lose a part, we lost Amelia, who was like a favorite of mine. She was like our little underdog, poor little druid in our party, and she like whoosh just fell down some quicksand, and we failed our survival checks like we always do, and she just like immediately died, and all of her equipment was gone. So that's, and our 1 healing spell. I harp on that a lot, but we only had 1 healing spell, and it went with her. We don't need anyone to buy. But it only costs 200 silver to buy a replacement. And if you do remember, if we have no money, we can go to the Everchild and she'll give us some money and crude weapons. She's back in, not Lost Breath, but Lutnesh. But this is where we would go to get new party members. So we did kind of cheat earlier when we lost one, but we didn't know what to do, and I'm fine with that, where we went back to the Everchild. It's like, oh, here's another member for you. I noticed that you already killed one of your people. So, yeah, Taekwon is our spellcaster. So Taekwon is like our one spellcaster in our group. Amelia was the only other spellcaster that was available to us, and we offed her. On accident. So Lord Ding Dong. Yeah, he is. He looks like a ding dong. Like if you look at his, he just looks like a total ding dong. Okay, so anyway, that is a new thing about slave markets, and they have been in every city. So that is how we replace party members. Good to know. Okay, what are we doing here? King's Hall. That was a blast. Marketplace. Nothing. We could sell the brooch to help buy a boat if we wanted. If we do buy a brooch, if we sell the brooch, that would put us just over 1,000. Harborside, the Church of Cursus? That's it. Do you want to check out this church? Morgan does. Cursus. Okay, here we go. Let's do it. Let's do it. The Church of Cursus in Clifftop is unique in the valley in that it is made of jungle timbers rather than stone. Remember we had that Schult-like Tomb of Annihilation placed down beneath us as well to go do some exploration. Do a little hex crawl. The city is poor, and not even faithful have the means to pay for the impressive blackstone ziggurats more common to Cursus temples. Within the hall, you can see the flagellated parishioners begging for forgiveness from their distant god, while poor priests while away the endless hours with chants they must recite from memory for lack of expensive books to refer to. Jesus. The high priest is eager for donations. If you pay him 1,000 silver, which we can do if we sell our brooch, he will clumsily bless you. Nothing like a clumsy bless. Find the party member with the lowest stealth score, in the team, and if their score is less than 3, increase their stealth by 1. If all party members' stealth scores are already 3 or above, the blessing will have no effect. That's interesting. What I do appreciate about this game is there are different ways to improve our stats, which have been kind of fun. So, yeah, we should steal some coins. To increase someone's stealth to 3 just doesn't make sense. We already have Akihiro's is 3. So, like, if we do a team check, which so sometimes we do team checks, and we use our top best 2 at something. And that would be Akihiro, who has a stealth of 3, and Tasha, who is 6. So if we had someone below 3, this may actually be kind of worth it, but this doesn't seem worth it. But it's good to know that this is another way of getting it. You may also... Oh, guys, we could also receive some ritual scarring, which are runes... Oh, this actually could work out. Which are runes sacred to Cursus, carved across the chest of the subject. This may open doors for us in a weird way. The priests are bound to perform this service to anyone who asks for it. If any one of your party members wants some ritual scarring, they must lose 1 health permanently. Okay, well, that happened to Tasha, so we've done that already. Add ritual scarring curses to the notes section. That's interesting as well, because that could come into play. Yeah, we don't have the option to steal anyway, though. Someone's mentioned we should just steal some money. We haven't had the option to steal yet. Let's collect it. I love ritual scarring. Okay, well, our friend from Canada is all in for the freaky stuff here. Maybe we get free ritual scars. Everything has a cost. Come on, you're the Cthulhu aficionado in the group. You know everything has its cost. And it is 1 health point permanently. That's good. I'm going to take note of that. I'm sure this is something we will remember, but that may open doors for us later on, especially in the town called Cursus. Also, there are temples like dedicated to Cursus, which that may help there too. But 1 max HP. I'm writing this down. I have a little side sheet where I'm writing down our notes. Might open some doors if we go to Cursus. Yeah, AJ, I just said that. You probably typed that because of the delay when I said that. I know. Cool designs. Cool design. Yeah, I want... So I always say this. I'm not a tattoo person. But if I got a tattoo, it would be 8-bit Link, like holding up the piece of the Triforce. That's what my tattoo would be. So what would our Cursus tattoo look like? It's just the S everyone drew in middle school. Oh, that's stupid S. So 1 max edge point, Cursus Temple scar in Clifftop. I mean, we've seen temples to Cursus in other cities. We've been just too scared to go. So this is good to know. Hey, Mike, you want to do some ritual scarring? Oh, Mike's back. Hey, Mike, this is what you missed. We can do ritual scarring. But a permanent loss of a hit point. We're assuming it may open doors for us here in Cursus. We can always. And we can also pay 1,000 silver, which we don't have. But it could raise somebody's stealth by 1 if it's under 3. So it's not really worth it. But that, if that helped with something like lore, do we have... Oh, we've got pretty decent lore, actually. Yeah, usually we just need 2 people to have something kind of decent. But that was another opportunity we had as well. I actually have the Homunculus tattoo on my forearm, and it has been misunderstood as a Triforce more than a couple times. Nice. Hey, courage, wisdom, and... bravery? Was that what the 3 Triforce stood for? So what are we... We're not doing the scar currently, right? I just feel like we can always come... I don't know, hopefully it's not one of those things that crap. I wish I would have gotten that stupid scar. But the permanent law, courage, wisdom, and power. That's it. Thank you. That power was the one that Ganon was always after, right? So what are we... There is, and I have the rulebook for it. This would be a harder one for me to run, but you listen up, folks. There is an RPG that is basically based off of Zelda. It's a tabletop RPG, and I would have to actually run it like a legit, like RPG session. And I want to do that. I really would like to do that, but I still don't know how well that would work for a chat over chat. If that makes sense, as opposed to all of us being able to talk. I feel like an RPG, a legit RPG in chat would be difficult without being able to like speak, just because the dice rolls, Owlbear Rodeo has been great for us. But I think maybe at some point, maybe I'll get like, I think it plays like 4 little Link characters, or maybe it's like, there's also solo rules where you could just control the one like I typically do. That is something else I'm considering doing. Or if we have a lot of players, I'm considering doing Dungeon Crawl Classics. So those are things I'm keeping my head. It's like, I know I do a lot of the solo adventures because they're really fun and there's tons of them, but I am not opposed to actually doing like a legit RPG scenario or well-known, like shorter adventure module. Okay, I digress, obviously. What? Okay, we're holding off on this stupid thing, right? We're not getting this this thing yet. I know where you're with this, Alex. So you just need to settle down. A pass on the scarring, says Mike. Are you on, where are you at in Canada? Like what province? Is that the right word? I live so close to Canada, I should know better. I've only been to Vancouver. I was supposed to go to Toronto once when I lived in New York City, and unfortunately, I didn't get to do that thing. Yeah, it doesn't seem like something Aki would do. Aki Hero, that does not seem like an Aki Hero thing. I really need to find a better way to put up the pictures of our characters, because I find them really representational of who they are. It has this great second edition D&D vibe to it. I think we're going to pass on this currently. I'm not opposed to it. Toronto. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I almost made it up that way one time. Didn't get to do it. Oh yeah, so we've got our little tower too. A lot of times people see Toronto, it's like, is that Seattle? It's like, no, dummy. It's Toronto. Seems like we can always come back. Yeah, that's where I am too. So it looks like, I think that's everything we've done in the city. We didn't get any fights, or die, or lose any health. King's Hall Marketplace Slave. Mike, you may have missed at the slave market, when we lose a character, that's where we get them. It costs 200 silver, and that is how we buy new characters. That was the other like spoiler I kind of knew, because I was looking when we had that TPK and/or lost Amelia. I was like, what do we do? And I was looking online, and that's how I found out. It's like, well, you can go to the slave market and buy someone. Ugh. Which honestly, we start as gladiators, so we kind of had this. We all kind of very humble beginnings in this game. I think we're done. So we don't want to go east, because we just came from the east, right? We want to go south. I'm going to bring up the map. Okay, let's see here. So again, everybody vote in on what we feel like doing here. Where are we going? We are currently in Clifftop. That is in the, I'm going to bring it right in the center. That is that little section right there. Mike, were you here? You were here for the boat. We also got the opportunity. We can get scarred. We can get boats. We can get tons of things here. But we are currently in Clifftop. We can either go east, back towards Salt Dad. We saw a poor man losing his fingernails. That is true as well. The deed that Morgan is talking about is in the Palace of Unbraki. Unbracky seems to be an evil sorcerer that I don't know if we can take. But AJ, that is where we go to rob the wizard, is because his name was Unbracky. How tough? He has a palace, so I'm assuming he's kind of tough. That is on our way to Law's Breath. I guess we can like stop in and say hey, and just check out how it's looking. And if it looks super scary, then we continue down to Law's Breath. We do have some connections there. That's where our Thieves Guild friends are. And then we can go into the jungles of Chult and run away from zombie dinosaurs. Mike, who's on this chat, and AJ's on this chat, both separately did. AJ, did you do? I don't think you did Tomb of Annihilation. Now that I think about it, with us, did you? You did. That's where you turned into your little robot guy, where you got into the body. That's right, at Port Nine Zaru. You ended up inhabiting. Your paladin ended up inhabiting Piddlewick, the creepy little jester robot guy. That's right. So should we just head south? Will the palace collapse on us? Yeah. So last time we went to the Temple of the Unbroken, it ended up being the Broken for us, because that's where our TPK basically was. And it collapsed on us, hence what Morgan is saying. Let's go south. Let's see what happens. Death. Where are we going here? I got confused. Okay, let's head south. 725. Ooh, I gotta change the map. Sorry. Let's get you guys back to the book. Can you guys actually read along with me? Are you able to... do rewatch my videos to see how crappy I am and to hate my voice. But it's on my phone, so I can't like see how big the font is. Oh yeah, you did do Tomb of Annihilation. I lost the feed for a second. Okay. You are wandering the desert, somewhat south of the dilapidated town of Clifftop. The searing heat is quite unbearable, and you struggle to ration your water carefully. Here we go. Will we succeed at a survival check? There is a spell that is like this wolf spirit that helps us with survival checks, and our experience in this game would have been very different if we would have taken it. We never did. So here we go. This is our first team check, everyone. We do have... so Akihiro is our... so how this works for our new folks here. A really fun system. If you look at... let's look at Akihiro, and you will see that he has a survival score of... I can't see what it is. 7. So it's initially a 6, but he has a cloak on that bumps it up to a 7. I guess he's using it to like block the sun's rays. But it is, so his survival is 7. So he would roll 7d6, 7 6-sided dice. And you can see right here where it says skill and DC it says survival 4+. So he wants on those 6-sided dice, for every roll of a 4 or above, that is a success. You'll see underneath it says success required 4. So Akihiro would roll 7d6, and then we would see how many are above 4. That would be the required successes. But this is a team check, so we choose 2 characters that have obviously the best survival to make these rolls. Currently, it's probably Tasha, who is our second best at survival. Yeah, 100%. So it would be Akihiro who would roll 7d6, and Tasha would roll 3d6. Currently, we don't have... someone... AJ wants in. Sorry, AJ. Asmodeus wants in. Got you guys. Sorry, I didn't let you guys into the dice chat earlier. So we were going to have Morgan, Morgan from the beginning has played Akihiro. So we'll have Morgan roll the 76 and see where we are. Oh, we go. Alexander wants in now too. So let's go, Morgan. Roll your 76 for Akihiro. And then I may have a new person. Ooh. Oh, that's not too bad. So that's 3. We need 1 more. And then which one amongst you? Let's do one of the new ones, because typically Tasha is controlled by Kaspar, a friend in Germany, who is actually not on tonight. It's really early in Germany. We're all like amazed that Kaspar plays with us. Kaspar, we miss you if you watch this. Hi, buddy. So why don't we get who's the new one on tonight? Let's get Alex. If you're on, roll. So if you go to the an Owlbear Rodeo, click on the little. It's kind of in the top left. You'll see like a purple. It's purple for me at least. Polyhedral dice. It's a D20. Then on the left-hand side, you'll see some 6-sided dice. It'll just say 6 on it. Click it 3 times, the dice, and then it should say, like, for instance, I'm clicking it right now. You should be able to see it in my chat. Like, these little things will pop up. And then once you see 3 dice, you just click roll. We're not going... Wow. I hope you roll that well. Oh, I think he went. Ooh, good job. I saw what his roll was. Oh, you can probably see it just over to the side there. But, yep, thank you. We got it. We succeeded by over +1. So go us. Okay, great. So that... Oh my god, look at this. Over on the left, Orc Hulk. What the hell does that mean? That's terrifying. Fighting 3, health 5. Do you think that's like an NPC friend? No, if you win. Anyway, let's... Okay, I'm sorry. I get excited. I love this game. There are so many ways it goes. So we survived. Yay! If you succeed, you manage to conserve water by traveling mostly at night and sheltering from the worst of the sun. Everyone would lose health from the heat stroke we failed. Haha. So, here do we go. Do we want to go towards the Palace of Unbraki? East to the Tumblestones, which we know nothing about. I don't think that word has come up in the... What session around? Like 8 of this game? Go back to the Westwood or go to a cliff top. So, Tumblestones or Palace of Unbraki. Unbraki is on our way to the Jungle Expedition City, Law's Breath, or we go to east of Tumblestones. I'm assuming everyone's going to want to go to this palace. Just check it out. Just do a little poke, just to see how it's going. I'm having trouble finding the chat. There it is. So sorry, stream buffers, and I have to re-click the live button. Just a heads up, I'm delayed. Oh, dude, no, everyone's delayed. Do not apologize for that, Alex. Seriously, like, Morgan and... What? What? I'm not feeding you. That is not my cat. I'm not a cat person. And it's a fat, grouchy cat. But yeah, believe me, Mike and Morgan have been at the end of my ire for like, just answer, just give me an answer. Because I'm waiting for the chat. Everything's on a delay. Do not worry about it. That's just something I've learned to just keep talking like a moron. So I'm assuming though we are, sorry, palace. Okay, everyone wants to go to this stupid palace. Here we go. Palace. Hopefully, like, we can, like, do some incognito kind of stuff. There's a quest for us in the palace. We're trying to break into the vault and get a land deed. Yeah, I don't know how this is going to turn out for us. If you have code A88, we don't. Okay, here we go. You've arrived on the outskirts of the Palace of Unbraki. I hope I'm saying Unbraki. There's probably like something really cool, and I'm just saying it like a stupid Arkansas hick that I am. The dwelling place of an outlandishly wealthy sorcerer who keeps his own private army. Okay. The palace itself is a gorgeous wood and glass affair, with a sharply sloping roof and fantastic gardens. Soldiers, oh boy, this place is sounding a little rougher by the second. Soldiers patrol the grounds at all times of the day, their polished bone armor and iron weapons glittering in the sun. It is said that Unbraki keeps most of his wealth in a fantastic vault by his fantastic gardens deep in the bowels of the palace. The skeletal remains of thieves hang in iron cages, offsetting the pastoral beauty of the tropical gardens surrounding them. Okay. Oh, here we go. Here's a little picture of... Okay. This could be you! Okay, we have a few things. Seek an audience, which... yeah, we've got Morgan very quickly pumping the brakes. Private army is bad news. Turn around. Yeah, this is a quest after a level up. We could talk to them if we want. I do appreciate that we got like a lay of the land. It's like, this place could be dangerous. But we do have seek an audience, attempt to break in, or continue to Law's Breath or the jungle. I'm going to do an executive decision. Before we go into the jungle, we go straight to Law's Breath, just because that's the town and there'll be people to talk to, and we think we have a connection there with these thieves. But the question is, do we want to talk to Unbraki, or do we want to just continue on our way? I mean, he could give us some quests too. He could be like, go to those tumblestones and get me a magical rod, which we turn around on him and kill. Okay, so Mike is all about gathering intel with an audience with this Unbraki character. How are you all feeling? We can try an audience. Okay, we got more. We got 2 on audience. How else is everyone else? I'll just wait for like 1 more to see how everyone's feeling. I know some of you are on a delay. I feel like the later you join the game, the more delayed you are. And it could be like literally by like 5 or 10 seconds. When I started this, you could ask Morgan and Mike. let's introduce ourselves. All right. I saw Morgan and Mike. The delay was like 30 to 40 seconds, and it was fairly unbearable. Okay, everyone's on board to go talk to this wealthy dude. So yeah, okay, let's go talk with him. Let's seek an audience. Oof, lots of codes. We may have some of these codes. Maybe? I don't know. Let's see. You stroll down the gorgeous avenue, fantastic gardens, towards the palace gates, allowing Unbraki's, maybe it's just Unbraki's soldiers to intercept you. What business do you have here? Grunts the guard through the helmet made of a sand lizard skull. That's pretty, I want that helmet. If you have code, or just seeing what codes we have. If you have code, ooh, we do have one of these. I don't know how we got it, but we have one of them. 89, A1, A7. A7 wasn't the lady, was it? Or was it? The lady that gave us she wants the deed? I wonder where we got A7. I wrote it down. I could have been wrong and meant something else, but we have A7. I wasn't ready to do this. You inform the soldier that you are agents of the Everchild and have come to plead for Unbraki's support in her cause. Whoops. The soldier nods and asks you to wait in the gardens until his return. Slave girls deliver iced fruit juices as you sit upon a bench in the shade. Eventually, the soldier returns. We're about to probably have to make a charisma check or something. Unbraki sends his greetings to you, says the soldier formally. Alas, he is not interested in supporting a rebel scum in her cause at the moment. Should the Everchild ever become a serious political figure, he would be delighted to meet with you. Until that time, Unbraki has no intention of disrupting the order of the valley. I'm kind of fine with this, honestly. I see, you nod. Perhaps if we met, we might be able to persuade your master. No, I'm good. You may go, interrupts the soldier, weirdly effeminately. A dozen additional soldiers arrive to reinforce his suggestion, which we happily agree to. Thanking the slaves for the refreshments, you depart. Well, that's nice that we we talk to the slaves. Okay. Good to know. I'm going to write down that about Unbraki. We can get up to our cause and then rob his vaults and steal the land back. So eventually we have to, maybe if we overthrow Salt Dad, he'll be like, all right, I'm down. Thank you, slaves. Right, thank you. Unbraki, my boy, says Alex. So Unbraki may eventually help. He has an army. We need armies. May help the Everchild. Okay, I've written on a few notes. That's exciting. Okay, so we are going down to Law's Breath. We don't, right? Yeah. Okay, I guess I should ask again. I'm at your mercy. Are we going? Okay, Law's Breath. Never mind. You answered it for me. You arrived at Law's Breath. I think I'm saying it right. City of Barbarians. Maybe we'll find Glonk there. No roads lead to Law's Breath, for it is a city merchants. For it is a... Oh, here we go. Derp. Let's do this whole thing again. Take two. You arrived at Law's Breath, City of Barbarians. No roads lead to Law's Breath, for it is a city merchants do not travel to unless they wish to be robbed of their goods. Insular and outrageous, the city gets its living from raiding, scavenging, and bullying. Its appearance is suitably fierce, surrounded by a wall of thick, iron-topped timbers. The buildings within are constructed of weak jungle woods and scavenged stone. Many structures within the walls are mere tents, the ancestral homes of barbarian clans who compete endlessly in feats of strength or valor. Darting about the rough neighborhoods are scavenging monkeys and brightly colored birds from the jungle to the west. It is a dangerous place, but rich in adventure. Fun! I like this. What I do like about this game too, which makes sense, each area that we can go to, just from what we've learned about it, I'm going to bring this other map to the front, which is the world map. Bring the front. So this is like the world we're in. We are in the Valley of Bones currently. So we're just this this is like book one, basically, this little section right here. We have found a way to go up into Drake Hollow, which is through the Dragon's Tunnel. But each area seems to be kind of like different cultures or like fantasy-esque areas of other genres. Drake Hollow seems kind of like very magic-y. We have the Savage Lands, the Splintered Isles is very kind of like Buccaneer, swashbuckler area. Pendalore seems to be more like kind of like Game of Thrones and like knights and medieval. So anyway, it's kind of fun. So we're currently in this kind of more Middle Eastern, Tales of the Arabian Nights kind of setting right now, which is fun. So anyway, I digress. And I'm as we're learning more and more about the story and what I appreciate about it as well. Marketplace first. Oh, there we go. Alex, like, let's get them flowers. Okay, let's go to the marketplace. So our options were, let's see if they're what? Kapu. Kapu's here. Remember Kapu? Oh, Kapu's here. Is that what you were talking about earlier, Mike? Oh, here we go. Ooh, this does look like anyone played Tomb of Annihilation. This does look kind of like Chult. You see some dinosaurs walking around. So we have quite a few things we can do here. We have visit the marketplace. We can find an inn. That's how we heal, which we don't need to do. Go to the King's Hall. They have a King's Hall here. I'm sure it's just some like ridiculous like Conan the Barbarian character. Visit the Temple of Crom. If that doesn't sound like a barbarian, god, I don't know who is. Slave market. Kapu, the linguist, who we actually just randomly encountered Kapu up to the north. I don't know how Kapu got here before we did. But he is this linguist who's trying to, whenever we have, we find certain languages or calendars. He's the one about calendar because he worships like this god of time. So he wants us to collect these calendars for him. And did I write this down? I didn't. I need to write this down about Kapu. So he is looking for all these calendars. So if we find them, he'll like reward us handsomely. How do we learn a language? Who knows? Who knows? There's so many things we don't know in this game, Morgan. You should know that better than most of us here. Crom was a god in Conan the Barbarian. Oh, that's interesting. That's probably a little wink. Kapu wants calendars and languages in Law's Breath. Okay. So let's see. Visit the Expeditionary Guild, and I think that is where wasn't our contacts in the Expeditionary Guild? The famous Batman villain Calendar Man. I feel like the people when we first escaped that pyramid area under the gladiator arena, I feel like they said that's where they'll be here. That we have some contact there, I think. Explore the city or leave in a myriad of ways. I feel like this game is a slow burn. It is. And I like that about the game, where the world is massive and we're slowly learning it. We didn't get a big info dump at the beginning, like, these are the gods, and this is blah, blah. It's like we're slowly learning as we go, and I appreciate that, because big info dumps kind of drive me crazy. So let's meet the contact. That sounds kind of fun, right? The Expeditionary Guild? They're the people that, like, they'll send people out into the jungle, but, yeah, let's do that. That's what Asmodeus says, so we're going to do that. Because at least we were told about it. If you have code 85, I don't think we do. Okay, maybe I was wrong. All right, we were told about this place. At first, you were unsure if the rumors are true. Okay, I guess we heard the rumors. Can there really be an expeditionary guild in a city as raucous and as illiterate as Law's Breath? This sounds like Lord Taekwon saying that. That is offensive. You find the guild in a tent city, a collection of gloriously decorated marquees embroidered with the heraldic crest of House Ross, a stag's head on a field of blue and gold. Oh, it sounds like a Baratheon. The noble house of Royce is... Ooh, we have a Royce. Ooh, the Royces have overthrown Sarjessica, who's in our party. She is like a steward to the Royces now, or something like that. The noble house of Royce is based in the county of Longsport Bay, which means they are a long way from home. You are soon spotted by the leader of the guild, Sir Lawrence Ross, uncle to Baroness Carissa, the head of the house. He is overjoyed to see some cultured travelers in Law's Breath and immediately invites you into his tent for a drink. Yeah, we're accepting this. I'm wondering if Emilia or Sir Jessica are going to come into play here because this is his land. So yeah, we're accepting this. Let's dance. Sir Lawrence pours you a bottle of fine Alsmersk wine and bids you to sit upon a velvet-cushioned chairs in his plush marquee. We are here to find spices, admits Sir Lawrence. House Ross has always been more interested in the trade than the petty wars of Longsport's Bay.
Let the Danes and the Baileys fight like dogs. We are interested in the larger world. We have expeditions elsewhere, but this one is all about exploring the jungles that might lie to the west of Losbreath. If we can find enough interesting herbs or spices, it might be profitable enough to set up a trade post or a colony. I was literally about to say, this guy is ringing of colonization. Sir Lawrence frowns. Unfortunately, we've hit a snag, he admits. The knights who were going to escort our scholars into the jungles have perished. They engaged in an honor duel with several barbarian locals and came out of the battle poorly. Well, do not go into an honor battle with barbarians, ding-dongs. Until I can find gods I can trust, I cannot send our scholars in. You seem cultured and... cultured, whatever that means. Cultured and capable folk. Perhaps you would be willing to act as expedition leaders. There would be ample reward for offer. Would you accept his offer? Or do you not feel ready to risk the jungle just yet? Ooh, do you think we've got some flowers in the jungle? Says AJ. Good idea. Any Horn-Eater white ale? Let's drink. I'm 100% down for this. I want to see what else is in the city, but I am totally down to do this. Should we see what else is here and then probably finish this session? Okay, again, I'm getting a tooth implant, so speaking still isn't great. I don't know what I'm going to do when I do get the implant, and then I have no excuse for, like, slipping over words. Probably because the implant, I'm not used to it yet. I can pull that one for years. So we're not doing this just yet, right? We want to, like, check out what else is in the village, before, or the town, or whatever this place is. The barbarian Shangri-La, before we do this, right? Or do we immediately go into the jungle? Okay, yeah. Let's just say we'll do this. We'll be back. I'm just scared it's going to immediately shove us in the jungle. I'm not quite ready for that. But I like rewards. And we can always just turn around in the jungle and be like, no, this is not for us. Okay. Marketplace. Should we hit the marketplace? We're always very excited about the marketplace. This seems like a place, if you're going to get cheap weapons, this is where it would be, right? I'm going to the marketplace. Weapons! The Market of Losbreath is a noisy and vibrant place based around a stone amphitheater and bedecked with brightly colored tents. Monkeys and birds chitter in the cool shadows, darting away as people approach. Shopping episode! Only to return to steal a loose berry or fruit. That was one of my favorite shorts I made, was my shopping one, which is based off of Mike's D&D group. It didn't get as much traction as I would have liked. I thought it was funny. Here we go. Crude blades, don't want. Maul, who cares? Iron short sword, don't need. Iron great axe. 300, and it would increase one of our fighters' stat by 2. It is a two-handed weapon, which is, if I say fine? Is that fine? Does everybody have a shield? No. Everybody does have a shield, so we'd have to you'd lose a point of armor for that. Let's see what else we have. Bone armor. That would increase armor by increase some. Everybody currently has hide armor, so we all have a +1 for our armor, for our body armor. Reference book. Oh, you can't buy that anyway. You wouldn't be able to buy a book here anyway. So someone would purchase it from us. Warm cloak or a pry bar, which we do have a pry bar. We could sell. We can sell our brooch for 250. So that seems to be the common thing that we can sell that brooch for. Soft boots for stealth could be good. Are they selling that? No, we can only, Morgan, that's funny. The last time we were just in, Morgan was thinking that too. It's a, we can only buy what's on the left, and we can sell what's on the column on the right. Yeah, that is the exact item that Morgan saw in the last town we were just in Clifftop. I don't know if a point of armor... I don't know if the bronze armor is worth it for 300 to get a point of armor. Because we're rarely hurt. We already have 3 armor. We're rarely hit for higher than 3 points. And remember, damage is either whatever's lowest, the damage intake or our armor score. Yeah, I'm not sold on it either. I feel like we could probably find that. Is it worth somebody losing a point of armor? Okay, we can trade the brooch in, which really isn't doing that much good.
And it's basically, we could trade in the brooch and give 50 silver and get a +1 to our to somebody's fighting skill. They would have to lose. Ooh, hang on. That'd be 2 points of armor. Because they would use an iron great axe, and that is a two-handed weapon. So somebody would have to lose their shield, or not be able to wear their shield. They could still carry it, I guess. But they would lose 2 points of armor because the asterisk next to iron great axe means that it is a two-handed weapon, and you wouldn't be able to use your shield with it. I don't know. Rolling dice is nice in fights, as we've learned. How are y'all feeling about that? And I know we're about, I usually push these to be about 90 minutes long. I know we're getting pretty close to that. But still got a little bit of time here. How are we feeling? And also, just so you guys know, actually next Tuesday, maybe a little bit later for me. Join my Discord. Okay, while you guys are thinking about this, tell me what you think about this. I'm trying to find my Discord link because we do have a couple new people on here. Join the Discord where we can talk about scheduling, because starting next week, my schedule gets a little weird. Yeah, Jess doesn't want to drop her shield for a great axe, and that seems wise. Just because if we do get in a fight, we're a little overpowered. We want to be able to absorb some damage. Where was this? Why is this so... Help, inbox, checkpoint. What the hell's a checkpoint? I'm just trying to find my link to my Discord channel, and it is like the most confusing thing ever. Okay, Mike. So does anyone else... Should we just hold off on the money? Is that where everyone is? Is it here? Ooh, I may have found it. Nope. Didn't. God dang it. Well, if you go to my YouTube page, it's if you go to my post, it's my most recent post. I don't know why I am so bad at this. Ooh, it may be this. No, I suck. Can't do it. I DM'd Avery. Oh, that's right. Mike DM'd me that. Mike, thank you, Mike. He did DM it to me. Here we go. Thank you, Mike. Copy text. I gotta remember that. Okay, here we go. I'm putting it in the chat. It looks like everyone nobody really feels like buying this. There you go. Join the Discord and then subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you'll get all the alerts and all that stuff. Okay, so let's go back. That was the marketplace. Find an inn. We don't need the inn currently. We're still max health, which is amazing. King's Hall. Do we want to meet the barbarian god? Well, actually, no. That'd be Crom, the barbarian god. Do we want to meet the barbarian king at the King's Hall? Slave market. Kapu, which we have nothing new to tell him, but he could give us some other stuff. Explore the city. Great axe doesn't seem worth it. Yeah, I know. I agree. It doesn't seem... Nobody seems to be down for it. Just because we'd have to lose 2 points of armor for 1 point of fighting. Not quite yet. If it was free, maybe, but we'd still have to spend some stuff. Yeah. So yeah, what are we feeling here? We have the inn, which is typically just to heal and get our spells back, which we have both of. The King's Hall, Temple of Crom, Slave Market, Kapu. We can stop and say hey, and that we're still stupid. Just remind him, hey, we saw you in the desert. We're still just as dumb as we were. Just go down the list. All right. Yeah, nothing's jumping out, but okay. In the list, tell me if something is scary. I'm just going to go, as Morgan said, just go down the stupid list. King's Hall? All right. If you have 82, we do not. You make your way to the King's Hall. A vast timber and stone structure which displays the heads and horns of terrible beasts. The hall is the living space of King Skarindin and his most trusted berserkers. Fun. And you are rudely shoved about by passing house carls and beer wenches in the crowded space. The king himself is peering over the edge of a pit, where one of his warriors is being mauled to death by an angry sand bear. That's pretty cool. A sand bear? That's fun. The king toasts the bear's victory with a flagon of frothy beer, much to the laughter of the assembled barbarians. What was his crime? You ask a passing wench. No crime. We don't feed criminals to bears, she laughs. He chose to fight the bear to impress the king. You can petition the king for aid if you display a great feat of strength. Ooh. Will you offer to wrestle the bear? Which may mean we don't get to use weapons. Attempt to woo one of the king's most trusted counselors. That could be weird. Or leave the savages to their amusement. I have a hard stop at the bottom of the hour for D&D. Okay, no problem. The bottom of the hour. Does that mean like 8 o'clock, Mike? Is that what that means, that turn of phrase? Because to me, that's like top of the hour. But that's fine. Wrestling the bear sounds fun. Oh my god, Asmodeus. You're going to get us in trouble. So again, wrestling the bear may mean we don't get to use weapons, which means that we would, I think I'll just roll 1 fighting dice. But we're well armored. Okay, thank you. That's the bottom of the hour. Okay, it's like, okay, great, thank you. That's fine, Mike. I'm shooting to stop right around then anyway, because that's what I typically do. So we could try to wrestle a bear and see what happens and talk to a king, or do we try to woo someone? Who's down to clown with the berserkers? If you've seen pictures of water bears, that's what I picture sand bears look like, just larger. Great, thank you. That makes us feel so much better, Alex. Or leave them alone. Let's wrestle if we can't die. We don't know. This dude just died. We just saw someone die to the bear. So I'm not saying we can't die. But I'm Asmodeus is a vote for wrestle the bear. I'm at your mercy. I'll break a tie typically, but beyond that, if something sounds really stupid, I'll let you know, but it's here. I don't know what do we want to ask this guy? Like, we're not, maybe give us some of your soldiers to add to our little party. But, yeah, we have one for wrestling the bear. Is it going to be one of us? It may also be choose one of you to go wrestle the bear. Jess wants to rizz him up. Oh my God. Okay. So Jessica wants to woo the counselors. So we have two, we have 1 vote for wrestle the bear. We have 1 vote for Jessica Jessica wants to woo one of the king's most trusted counselors. Morgan seems, and then, oh boy, we have 2 and 2 currently. We have 2 for counselors. We have 2 for wrestle the bear. Jess is better at wooing than wrestling bears. If it came down to it, Sar Jessica would be the one. If she was the one wrestling the bear, Mike typically plays Sir Jessica. She would be the where. Did we still have AJ or did we lose AJ? Who'd be our tiebreaker? I'll give AJ a couple more seconds, and then, because I don't want to make anyone angry, I may just literally roll a dice and see what we do. Let's woo him. Okay, Alex changed his vote. Okay, woo first, then wrestle. Okay, we got it. All right, thank you. So this is how democracy should work, so thank you. We don't have an electoral system on Alone in the Dork. Wrestle first, then woo, because what I'm impressed. Asmodeus, shut up. Okay, we are wooing first. The bear's still there. We can still attack the bear. Okay, so let's woo, and then we'll see what happens. You go. Ooh, this is a team check. Tasha and Sir Jessica are getting a little rary. You go amongst the king's counselors, trying to find one who might be able to arrange an appointment for you. Team check. Ooh. These people do not want to be wooed. This is a tough check. Sir Jessica. It's going to be Sir Jessica and Tasha. Caspar's not here. Woo the bear. Yeah, that's what we should have done. We should have wooed the bear. We have, who has yet to? Alex is gone. Well, since, so Sir Jessica, Mike, you get a roll. You haven't rolled yet today. Roll your charisma. We want a 5 or above. You're rolling 7 dice, and then we're going to have Tasha go, and we'll have one of the other newbies roll for this one. So probably like Asmodeus, I think. But why don't we get Sir Jessica's roll here first? She has a charisma of 7, so she's going to roll 7 6-sided dice. What the hell? What is happening? Okay, we want a 5 or above. Jesus, that was just 1. What did she do, Mike? Why did she fail this so bad? She got 1. I think it is mathematically impossible for us to succeed on this check. We need 4. No, Tasha, if Tasha rolls all 5s and aboves, 5s and 6s, we will win this, because Tasha has a charisma of 4 because she's wearing her brooch. Asmodeus, roll 4 6-sided dice for us. We want all of these to be 5s and 6s. So we're going to be really mad when you fail this. The odds of this are, let's see, that's 33, like 17, 8, well, 4% chance, I think, of you getting all 5s and 6s. All said and done, that's not bad, but we still failed. If you succeed, we didn't. If you fail, you cannot find anyone to represent you. Eventually it gets dark and the hall's closed to foreigners. That's fine. You know why? Because we can go back. Because we did not get a code that said, don't go back. So, note to self, we can go wrestle a bear to get this guy's attention. I feel like we need to know what we want from him first. But if you guys are really like Team Wrestle Bear now, we can do it. But we also know we can also just go back and wrestle this bear because we want to ask his favor for something. We don't have anything to ask him yet, right? Or maybe we just want his army. I don't know. But it would probably be Sir Jessica who wrestles them. And speaking of Sir Jessica, we're losing Sir Jessica in 4 minutes. What else is really pressing? Crom, Kapu, explore the city. Okay, let's just see if what we can bang out here in the next... let's just try those next ones. And then for our next session, we will either probably bear wrestle. But let's just the lay of the land. Next session, we can either bear wrestle or take up the jungle expedition. And then there will be a lot of combat. And again, join the Discord because I think I'm going to have slightly different hours next week. Or if you're subscribed to my YouTube channel, you'll just see what time it starts. But if you want to voice your opinion when it works for you, do it on the Discord. Okay, let's just check out Crom. The trees thin as you wander, and soon you emerge into a clearing in which a fantastic, that's been a big word tonight, structure stands. It is a step pyramid, cool, built into the side of the earth. A stream runs down from above and feeds into many stone boxes in which numerous bright and strange flowers bloom. Butterflies and other curious insects dart in and out of the blooms. A gaping entrance of the pyramid yawns darkly before you. This is astonishing, cries Emlyn. I've never seen any of these varieties. We must gather samples at once. They're talking about flowers. Will you ask to check out the pyramid first, or guard the scholars as they gather flower samples? We're getting these flowers, right? Whoever this Emlyn chick is, like, we want to help her get these flowers. Like, I know we're Team Flower in this episode. We have, what, oh man, I was about to say something funny and I totally bumbled it. It was too late. Statute of limitations passed on that pun. But let's see where our chat is. Whoa, what did I just do? Here we go. Whoa, what is happening? There we go, goodness. I suspect that was the wrong passage. 760 looks like the temple. What? Oh man, is it? Oh, butts. I was so excited about the flowers. Butts, butts, butts. Thank you. I read the wrong. Fail. I was about to say, why are there flowers out here? But I didn't because it sounded good. God dang it. Here we are, the stupid Temple of Crom. 760. I was at 763. God darn it. Timber building that's stupid and doesn't have flowers and looks like a mighty dumb beast. Inside hangs weapons and armors made of bone. Crom is the god of the war and athleticism in Losbreath, the patron of warriors and those who take what they wish by right of strength. Initiates of the temple wrestle in a circular pit set into the floor, scratches and deep gouges marring the bodies. Man, we used to have a great talisman and we lost it when we had a great talisman. If you have a great talisman, you may exchange one for a blessing from the priests. Find a party member with the lowest fighting score in the team and increase their fighting point by 1. We had a great talisman. We lost it at that TPK moment? Or we sold it. I think we sold it. Nonetheless, they can be found, and when we find them, we bring it here. I am writing that down. So that is Temple of Crom, Great Talisman, Fighting +1. Crom, Losbreath, Great Talisman, increase fighting skill. And we get a couple of those, you can keep bumping them up, maybe. I don't know. So we're done. Turn to 775. No flowers. Okay, back at the table. Okay, that's awesome to know. That's pretty dope. Slave market. I'm assuming it's just... Yeah, it's just basically this is where you get new party members. Yep. Kapu. If you have A19, which we may... that means we just met him before? We do. If you have A19, 539. Kapu's delighted. Oh, here's all the languages he wants to know. Come on, Morgan. How do we learn languages? Kapu's delighted to see you again and beckons you inside his comfortable furnished tower. Oh, he has a tower. Open books are spread across his table, and he beckons his slaves to remove them as he fetches you some wine. Oh, well, this is where we get wine. Kapu is interested in all kinds of languages. If you have been taught any... Bye, Kapu. We know where to go. Okay, and then I think explore the city, and that'll be it for this eve. And then, is it 182? If you have a barbarian body? No. If you have code 67 or 86? No. Oh, bye, Mike. Yeah, we're finishing up now anyway. Law's Breath is a bustling town, full of energy and life. Therefore, it is strange to encounter an older-looking man looking glum upon his doorstep. My son, Garen the Bloody-Mouthed, is missing, he admits. He was adventuring near the cursed ruins of Mordane, but alas, I have not seen him since. This is another one of those brooch quests, and it screwed us over, and we never found the quest item. But alas, not seen him since. That's too bad, old man, because we met another old man who was mourning over his dead wife. You are clearly travelers. If you should find my son, bring him home. You shall know him by the great beard which he paints red in honor of his grandfather. If you have code A66, we do not. If not, you promise the old man you'll keep an eye out. Okay, I'll keep an eye out, sure. Gain A67. And that is it for today. We got a lot of stuff, and it looks like we're just on the cusp of either wrestling a bear or going into a jungle where we know we will fight things. So this is a barbarian body. Oh, I bet that's what we find. Barbarian body is the body of the person. Okay. 775. I felt like there's one other thing I wanted to write down. I took down the code. Felt like there's something else. Or wooing. Thank you. Wooing a bear. It could be a really pretty darn sexy encounter. Wow. Okay. Crom, slave market, linguist. Yeah, we did everything. We completely explored 2 cities this session. That's actually really, really great. Because again, we are doing it on chat. It is a little slower than how it would typically go if we were playing in person. I'm having the worst time just clicking on the thing. There we go. But anyway, this is Valley of the Bones, Legendary Kingdoms 2. We have Alex is our new friend. Thank you so much for joining us, Alex. Yes, it's Halson from Baldur's Gate. That's probably who it is. That's exactly who it is, Asmodeus and Morgan, this bear. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Go again, check out my Discord, subscribe, you'll get updated, because you could be my 1,000th subscriber. I'm just on the cusp. And we'll be playing again. I want to do this every Tuesday and Thursday, but my hours are about to start getting a little wonky because of my theater schedule. But I love this game. I 100% I'm down to finish this book. I feel like now after these last 2 sessions, I feel like we've actually explored a good bit of this book. I'm starting to feel pretty good about that. Oh, I want to write down where the body of that dude was. That's what I'm going to do, and I'll do that right now after I sign off. So thank you so much. This Sunday, we're doing Cthulhu. I'd love to have you join. But that's it. And until next time, stay dorky, my friends.